opened up shortly before I got to the neighborhood 2 years ago. And since I moved into the neighborhood a few years ago, I've been here almost every day since, and it's exactly what you want to see. It's exactly the success story you want to see of small business, making a home in a neighborhood, elevating everything. You know, from the folks in the neighborhood to the construction guys who are putting up the Columbia buildings to the students next door. Everyone's here, you know, throughout the year, and just reaping the advantages of a good local establishment, and it keeps us all.
My name is Abdusalam Abajaba, founder of Oasis Jimma Juice Bar. I born and raised in East Africa, located in Ethiopia, the birthplace of coffee, called Jimma. I grew up in a small village, which is my dad has a big farm, coffee, orange, all kind of seasonal fruit. Same time, my dad have a big clinic. He's a traditional doctor, which is treating people with nutrition and herbal medicine. I've been growing up as that kind of atmosphere where the people treated by nutrition, where the hundred of people eating with the same plate. So, in our farm, people eat fresh food, fresh produce every day, 3 times a day. Every meal's prepared fresh from the farm to the plate. When I grow up in that kind of atmosphere, I assume all world is going to be the same. They grow up their food, they prepare their food for the daily basis. When I moved to United States 2004, the first time I experienced the Western lifestyle, everybody goes to supermarket, buying processed food and reheat or cook. That kind of stuff for me is little very hard to adjustment, because I've been grown with fresh fruit and vegetable picked up out of the backyard and then come to the kitchen, cooked, served as a fresh. So I've been very conscious about the food since I was young. When I moved to United States, I have that dream to bring in the whatever city I live, whatever neighborhood I live. So to open my first juice bar or health store, that take me a while because I work very minimum wage work. I don't have any financial, I don't have any advisor for people how the business function. In 2012, I found a small corner by Broadway in 125th. I take that advantage. I applied a lot of process. I opened my first juice bar in Harlem, New York. For me, it's a big challenge to open juice bar or healthy store in Harlem because of a lot of situation, finance, and knowing what the business gonna be happen. So I opened 2012. By November, the store is very small. The environment says there's no any healthy store or juice bar in the neighbor. So I have to try to my best. What my dad used to do, I've been living for 11 years now in New York City. There's a lot of health problems, especially come from food-related disease. You see people, they're overeating, they're overweight, they have a lot of high blood pressure, or high cholesterol, whatever it is. These all problems come from whatever we eat. I go every supermarket, I look around, 80% of supermarkets, they filled with a processed food. When the people purchase this processed food, either they don't have a time or they don't know how they prepare the food. So for me, to alternative people, they have the right to get the fresh juice, the fresh fruit, the fresh vegetable, easy for them to get access. So that's why I opened the first juice bar in New York City. I opened in 2012 late. less than 1 year, I become the top 5 juice bar in New York City because of you guys. Thank you. So when I start, it's not, my concept is not like big business idea.
So my roommates, actually, they all come here, and I had never had juice before, and they said that it always made them feel good and happy during the day. So came here and started drinking it, and I feel a million times better when I drink this juice as opposed to when I eat like French fries or fast food. So it's like a health choice for me.
By first 3 years, I become the top 5 juice bar because of I produce very quality juice, very healthy and health alternative store. Very quick. Human being, we are what we eat. So if we don't eat right, we are not perfect. If we are not perfect, we don't function our life very healthy. So I know when I move to New York City, the life is gonna be changed. The life is gonna be strong. Lifestyle is very different than why I used to live. In New York, people busy. Life is busy in New York, but that business, that means we don't have to eat right. We have to eat right. When we have to eat right, we have to see it what we put in our body. If we go processing food, it's 99% is not right for us because they have been processed a lot of chemical, a lot of preservation to stay longer in the shelf. So what is my advocacy about the food is no matter what hard it is, fresh and prepare yourself. So my goal is to be teaching people how they doing juicing. Juicing the important is very nutrition wise. You can see what you drink, the change you bring is gonna be helpful and stuff like that. For me, grow up in village, they teach me a lot of opportunity to know what a human being be made with. If we don't eat right, we're not gonna think right, we're not gonna function in the life the right way. So my consideration is how we ended up the way we are today.
Well, there's, especially in the U.S., a lot of subsidies for corn or soy or beef production, and a lot of very powerful lobbyists behind those subsidies keeping them in place. And so even if they're going through the government, a lot of it is coming from those major producers.
Our food, they have been controlled by few people or few companies, the way we eat, the way we act. So few people control what we eat today, mostly in the world. If you see it, mostly big company produce the processed food what we eat today, from the children to the adults. So to take that control by few individual people, our right to bring it back, we have to fight. We have to stay away processed food, and at least whatever time we have to cook it, see it while we eat. Even though if they consume time, but we're gonna be right. Human being, they have to go in the nature. Nature is what's provided for us. Doesn't matter as a vegetable, fruit, vegan, whatever you call it. They have to go back to the nature where our ancestors and starting eating food. So you see a lot of problems today, the cancer, the obesity, name it, all come from the food. If we don't eat right again, we don't get any functional depression, any kind of situation in the world it's seen by food related stuff. Our food controlled by few individuals, so we have to get it back. Do you want to say any about if you want to change the food style? Do you want to say anything?
About the food industry?
Yes.
Well, I mean, I think there's a changing in the trend. I know, like First Lady Michelle Obama has a big campaign where she's trying to get healthier food into schools. I think you have restaurants like McDonald's that aren't doing as well as they used to. I think they had a rough year with sales. So I think people are starting to think a little bit more healthy. McDonald's is trying a number of different strategies to try to keep people going to their restaurants, but it'll be interesting to see how those forces kind of play against each other. The cheap fast food machines versus healthy and healthy food. So yeah, we'll see how it all turns out.
All right. If you see lion, they never eat the dead animal, the jungle lion, unless he hunted, kill it by himself, get the fresh meat they wanted. Otherwise, the cage lion is gonna eat whatever the zoo people give it to him. That our future like that. We're gonna be in the cage, whatever they provided for us, we're gonna consume that, good or not. So to do that, we have to advocate about the food. Food is matter more than anything.
I think being a student in New York City, you kind of need to find ways to eat cheap, and unfortunately it's not always the most nutritious or healthiest way. So I think it's really great that you have a shop that's nearby campus, trying to make things a little bit more accessible, because there's lots of food carts and food restaurants here and there. But obviously we were drawn over to the stand here just because there's lots of nice, colorful, fresh fruits that I don't really see an awful lot around in Harlem. So I think that you're starting a very good conversation about how people in this community should be eating and thinking about food and nutrition. Especially, as you said, we are heavily investing in our minds with education here. So it's about time that more people start talking about investing in their bodies and in their health.
Control our food. The way we eat, we have a right, we have energy, we spend our money, we spend our energy, so we have to restore that kind of stuff. I asked a couple of doctors, they say, how many patients you see a day? They told me like 10 out of 8, that disease come out of food-related disease. I've been working with the Riverside Church, which is a very big church. And I suggest him, I can bring my juicer, my machine, and then they can have a donate vegetable and fruit from Fairway, Whole Food, and then we can just give it for people who they can't afford to buy juice drinking.
So how do you feel about having a juice bar here at Riverside Church? At your disposal.
Exactly. Juice is like, it's that, I call it the young elixir of life, you know what I mean? I think if you can have something leafy green, have it every day. You gotta have it every day. So very lucky to have it here and very happy to see it here. I believe in juicing, it's very good for you, it's very healthy for you, and it tastes good.
Yes, wonderful, thank you.
And that I succeed, I help a lot of community people, and instead of giving canned food or processed food, the best thing to give it to them nice nutrition food. My goal is good. I've been helping a lot of community. I've been engaging. I go bronze. Any community I support, they support me.
Avocado,
Kale, mango, everyone. What else?
pineapple,
Almond butter, whoa!
and
Coconut milk, wow! So this is some healthy stuff, it sounds like.
Este es un jugo muy saludable.
And what's the name of the country? The company.
What is the name of the company?
Oasis.
Brothers.
Wow.
The company who are making el jugo que lo están haciendo. Y bueno, este jugo tiene aguacate, tiene piña, tiene kale, que no sé cómo se dice en español, tiene pepino, limón, manzana, tomate y también tiene jengibre, espinaca y también tiene ¿cómo se llama? Mantequilla de almendra.
Whoa!
Mantequilla de almendra tiene. También tiene zanahoria y pepino. Apio.
Hey, wait a minute.
Don't forget the avocado right here. Isn't this the avocado? Kale. Oh, it's kale. I thought it was avocado.
Oh, boy. Well, it's good, I tell you. Oh, that's
avocado o aguacate.
And what's this?
Apio, apio, apio.
Apio? It's celery.
Apio.
Oh, it's Spanish. Oh, what is that? Wow.
Limón.
I'm going to take all of this. Limon.
Limón.
Wow.
Toronja.
Whoa.
Toronja.
So this is a healthy diet?
Esta es una dieta saludable.
Whoa, got everything.
En libre y chile.
Well, wait a minute. Now, why
Should I eat all this when I could just have some fried food? Do you think eating this is better than fried food?
Yeah, let me tell you.
What, is it better than fried food? This is better? You mean I can't eat fried chicken? Well, sometimes I enact it, but not all the time, huh? So this is better for us, right? Much better for us.
Yes, guys. So first, you know anyone my name?
No.
Okay, my name is Abdusalam.
Abdusalam.
Yeah, Abdusalam. So it's very heavy to pronounce, but it's very easy. They start with A, so you can remember me anytime, okay? So my story is short. I didn't born in this country. I came from Ethiopia. Where I tell you, you know where is Ethiopia, right? And that's East Africa. How's that?
I wonder how deep this is.
If you have your juice, put your chairs back and line up. Thumbs in the air if you think it was good.
Those are kind of.
Thumbs, hands down. Thumbs in the air. This is your first time drinking a green juice. Okay. Alright, so now for the people who this is your first time, now you can say you've tried it. It's possible to drink. It's edible, right?
Yeah.
And if we drink at least one of these a day, or one of these every other day, or one of these every week, this is not, ladies in the back, this is natural medicine for our bodies. So my friend, he came here and he showed us something different because we've never juiced green drinks before, right? So can we give him a round of applause? And thank him. He did it for free for us.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys. I realize this community, they need more than juice bar. So my juice bar is small. A lot of people, I realize it's not about only opening juice bar for this community where I live. They need more than juice. They need very safe, very nutrition, very high and quality, affordable, transparent food. So to do that, my store is very limited, very store. So I don't have any kitchen. A lot of people demand me, your food is good, it's very good, why you don't open the big kitchen or restaurant? So that's why I'm stuck. I'm a little bit financially, still I didn't pay my daily, the one I collect before to open juice bar. I don't have management system. So that's why I'm asking for any help to give me out. So during my stay, I realized another one, to help people as a way. When they come to my store, they drink juice, they buy very fresh in front of them. The second profit they get from my store is, I teach them what that means for food for human being. We we born in nature, so we need something nature for our soul, for our system. No processing food, no any chemical. So that's why I teach. If they come, anyone work in my store, they can see any like nutrition or what's good for health and stuff like that. The second thing is, if I have a chance to have a kitchen open, I'm gonna teach people how they cook their own food. A lot of people, they're suffering because they don't have a time, or they don't have enough budget, or they might be not comfortable to cook this. Anybody they can walk in, ask me to how they cook their meal. I can cook for them for a week, for 3 days, and then at the same time, I will train them for the rest of their life, especially when we come to young adults or kids. We have a lot of vegetables around there, and they can pick it up and season it, cook it very well. So that's my goal. If I have a kitchen, I'm gonna train my community. I'm gonna let them use my kitchen to access for party, for birthday, for friend, for anything, community service, other than restaurant. I'm getting different things, and this is not enough. They don't have to rely on me. And then during my way, I try to do some documentary about health and wellness. What that means, food we eating today, what our environment, and a lot of big company, why target us, why they advertise on us. Do we get something on that? So I try to do some documentary about food and wellness about our community. And the other thing, I create some small activity called Oasis Run. I create a small team, which is we came every Saturday, join with the community, running 2 kilometers, 3 kilometers. The one run, you can run, the other one they can bike. So my story is very big journey. I start from village. When I come to big city, I have a hope. Whatever I do in my village, helping people, I bring into New York City. New York City, they listen to me, they help me. I'm here today, and I've been improving. My community health, they have been improving. A lot of people, they come, they sleep well after they drink my juice, and they lose weight. Whatever the goal they have been very succeed. They say thank you to do this. I say I'm not doing anything. This part of our life, we have to do something for the community. So please, anyone who can hear or who can listen, my accent is very bad. I'm working on it. And be support in community and anything and to support me. Thanks so much, and we keep in touch.